Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
The Tigers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Church. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Off the play fake on first down. He rifles one deep to the left. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that one.
Gonna look downfield again. Good timing on the quick out. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Burgess. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Pulls it in. It's Burgess. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top. Flushed out of the pocket. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And you can tell the QB found a matchup he liked, and that was a tight end running that 7 route or that corner route, trying to make a play, trying to give him the football, but really, really nice coverage on the back end. Not letting that big fella get his body on him and post him up. Doing a good job getting his hand on the football, swatting it to the ground.
From the gun, wants to pass. He fires a bullet to the right. Makes the grab on the big throw. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that looked like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The running back has it. Oh, he's got some space. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Man, this guy just has a lot of skills when he's toting the rock, doesn't he? He's got speed, but he's also physical. Kind of reminds you of great Michigan State running backs. Guys like Le'Veon Bell or T.J. Duckett. They could run guys over, but once they got in the second level, they could take it the distance. This guy has skills like that.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Smith dropping to pass. He's got the back in the middle. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that really stretches the field and makes you decide how you want to defend him. A linebacker, a safety, whatever it is, it's usually not good enough when he's receiving a ball to the backfield.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught close to the marker, it's Rose. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. You don't want to have to settle for the field goal down here. When you have a red zone weapon like this dude, use him.
And when you get in this area and you've got that big target and that big fella that you can find and you know he's going to win, those critical 3rd down situations, you're going to find him more and more. Great connection right there.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Looking for the goal line. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed a play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. How about this Spartan defensive front making plays like the legendary Bubba Smith?
And if you're going to have a great defense in East Lansing, it's going to be up front. It's going to be those big boys dominating like Bubba Smith, like Jarrell Worthy, really eating up those blockers up front, making plays, stopping the physical ground game.
And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. Running through contact. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks. Made a couple of moves and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Extra blockers on the field. Offense goes full house. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Traore. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the move. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Sparty. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan State has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own. Breaks into the open. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Auburn lines up quickly.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's now up to 58 yards on the ground so far in this one, and he is closing in on that 1,000-yard mark. They'll keep it on the ground. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the Tigers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted, number 19. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Smith wants to throw. Makes the catch. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's 3rd and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. The Spartans send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Pulls it in. It's Church. Open space at the 25. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Pac-12 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and now it's a final. Nebraska went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Huskers always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. Just another week in the Pac-12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Out of the gun, the inside kick. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TF back.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Smith dropping to pass. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got a man. It's Burgess. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll try the run. He rolls all the way down the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. He's piled up 76 yards on the ground in this one and now sets his sights on a 1,000-yard season. Now with a 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. Trying to find the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Tiger.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Smith wants to throw. Finds his tight end. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Got enough for the 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
Flips it out in the flat. There he goes. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
And the Spartans will snap it on 1st and 10. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Cavazos. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Spartans!
That's a great job of just trusting your offensive line to get it done, scoring the touchdown. An extra point's going to tie this thing up right before halftime. And after that run, I think they're going to feel more confident running it in the second half.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he knocked that one right down the middle. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Bringing the heat. Fires on the move. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Now the play fake. Fires on the move. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
It's so important to know where you are on the field. Great job, great hands, great awareness. Make sure you get that grab, possess the ball, and get that foot in bounds.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Running behind that left side. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Running inside the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Tiger.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Smith dropping to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's picked off for the third time today.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside, towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
One more snap coming before halftime. The give to the back. And the run goes nowhere, and that'll send us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going. Turning it on! And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Michigan State!
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
Extra point here will tie the game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in CUSA, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Wake Forest is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but look at that score. This is a close game. They're up by 10 over Louisiana Tech. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back with any big changes, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So here comes the Auburn offense. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Runs ahead and powers his way from 4 yards out to the 30. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
To the air on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brooks. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the...
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Auburn! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After that last explosive run running play, David. Why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or you say, hey, keep me. Throw that thing out there.
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Send the tight end in motion. Smith wants to throw. Gets it out quickly. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
Got the quick pass. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Now on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Here's a heat. And a big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the 3rd quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Wheels it in down the left side. Hits the crease. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Auburn. How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Aubie with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. He's putting up serious numbers on the ground and carrying his team in a way that Lorenzo White used to do.
And how about you know it's coming, but you can't stop it? That's when you know you're having yourself a day, and that's when you know you're a great player. And these Michigan State offenses that have that guy running back, like you're talking about, Reese, they are really, really hard to stop.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It was starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Fullback's got it. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. Right on the money. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Breaks into the open. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll give it to him again. Finding open areas. Auburn just keeps piling up yards on the ground, and they have done this for years and years.
Just stacking them up. That's who they are. That's what their identity is. They want to run the football first, establish the line of scrimmage, play physical. That's what great Auburn teams do.
Find some fresh air. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Now on the move. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Smith dropping to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, he'll throw it. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they're inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Rhodes. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Looking for space. It's Church.
This offense is a no-hurry, right? Control the clock is priority number one. I'm going to run the football. I got the lead. I already got great field position, but I'm not interested in scoring right away. I got to make sure I watch that play clock tick down.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the fourth quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this...
There he goes. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Smith wants to throw. Under fire. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Gets the back moving. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. That's caught. It's Rhodes. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming.
Gotta love the physicality on 4th down and short. You know what's coming. They hand the football off to the running back. No secret. But he plays physical, gets behind his pads, and gets it.
Going for it all. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. 1 touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
They'll move the tight end. Smith dropping to pass. Got his man. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming.
Well, it's a nice job tackling that defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that third down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Grabbed behind the line. It's Traore. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Trying to bully their way in. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on fourth down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you take it right here.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter. And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the fourth quarter. You got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because
oh, he wants it all. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just
Turning it on! And he eluded the defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
there's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Traore. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. A really disappointing end of that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
Smith wants to throw. Here's the pressure. Trying to make that. It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, what a big-time play for this defense. Backed up. They come after the quarterback, and they get a hit, and it's a physical one. Get the football out, and, man, do they set their offense up with great field position inside the 10-yard line.
They're working that left side. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Snapped it in the shotgun. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take a...
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in. Oh, he's got some space. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Well, they handed it off to the fullback, and a nice job by the strong safety coming downhill and making a tackle on a big physical ball carrier.
The Spartans can really attack on this second and short. Fires to the middle. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Smith dropping to pass. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. Makes a grab past the marker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
They're dealing with a second and long. Here we go. Give to the fullback. Runs through a tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Kendricks. Breaks into the open. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
Love the route there by the tight end and man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
And the Spartans will line it up on 1st and 10. Motion from the back. Smith wants to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
and a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over. And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
Oh, the fake. They snapped it to the up end. He's on the move. And he'll lose yardage on that return. Just complete and utter dominance.